Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now December 5th of 2020, and ever since the very end of the Skywalker saga, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney, Lucasfilm, Bob Iger, Bob Chapek, you name it, and exactly what's in store for the future of the franchise in the next couple of years by George, John, and Dave, and how that's really going to compare to the Kathleen Kennedy era of Star Wars. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars is that, yes, we do know that with The Mandalorian Season 2, things really are starting to grow. You know, we really have reached a new level, all thanks to Jon Favreau, who, by the way, is the very person that started the MCU back in 2008 with 2008's Iron Man. You know, he really started it all from the beginning, and he's pretty much doing the same exact thing with the reset of Star Wars that's going on right now. Now, what's really intriguing about the future of the franchise is that, obviously, we've got George, John, and Dave, as well as other creators coming on board to work together and take advantage of these core characters that they want to explore, right? So with that being said, everything there is to do with Disney Plus, they have already over a dozen Star Wars projects in the works that's completely separate from the movies, and it just makes you wonder, you know, how much of a workload they could really go through, and if they're going to be able to really handle this, you know. Are too many Star Wars shows going to be pretty much a big overload for fans? I don't think so. I think as long as you reach a good quality, it'll be a-okay. Now, beyond all of this, alright, now, with the Skywalker saga now over and the sequel trilogy thing of the past, both Disney and Lucasfilm are now focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of movies and more. Now, further, it's explained that currently both Iger and Chapek are working close with George Lucas in order to evolve the franchise. Further, it's described, however, that George Lucas and Jon Favreau are working on what is described to be the 4-hour cut of the Rise of Skywalker that they are aiming to release in the near future. One major scene that was deleted by Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy was a full-fledged scene between Kylo Ren and Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost, portrayed by Hayden Christensen within the depths of the second Death Star wreckage. Now, on top of that, it's noted that Lucas and Favreau will play a major role in completing this scene for the 4-hour cut of The Rise of Skywalker on Disney Plus in the next couple of years that will in fact feature the original turn from Kylo Ren into becoming Ben Solo once again before it was changed to Han Solo's vision, converting Kylo Ren back to the light. The entire sequence was originally shot in Palpatine's original throne room between Anakin's Force Ghost and Kylo Ren / Ben Solo. Let's stop right there for a second. Just think about that. How it really is very poetic to actually have the two Skywalkers in the Palpatine's throne room, right? That, to me, I think is as poetic as you can really get when it comes to Star Wars between the Skywalkers themselves. The fact that we were going to get a reunion in Palpatine's throne room, and the fact that there was going to be a moment in the throne room in which a Skywalker turns back to the light, pretty much paying homage to, you know, Darth Vader's turn to Anakin Skywalker within Palpatine's throne room as well. You can see how they were aiming to do something poetic, and how J.J. Abrams, Chris Terrio, and George really wanted to do something special like that. Would it have been too much of a copy of Return of the Jedi? Not necessarily. I mean, I can see where people would come from in that scenario, but I actually love and embrace the concept of it's like poetry, it rhymes concept in Star Wars, and that's what I love. They still somewhat stayed with that in the final cut. I mean, we did have a Skywalker turn to the light near the second Death Star, at least, you know, on the moon of Kef Bir at the very end of episode 9 there. So, on top of this, alright, it's said that, of course, with that all being said, changing, of course, everything, all these different scenes within this actual movie, the 4-hour cut of the movie will also feature additional sequences between the two major characters, where one segment that was partially shot involved Anakin conversing with a now-turned Ben Solo in the world of Exegol through his Force Ghost voice to fight Palpatine and the story of the Sith once and for all. Now, Of course, themes by John Williams are also planned to be placed over the actual scenes in this new cut of The Rise of Skywalker that they are aiming to drop in 2023 on Disney+. Mind you, 2020 is over, basically, so we got roughly 3 years until we get to see these new cuts of both The Last Jedi and Episode 9 on Disney+. And Bob Chapek, the new Disney CEO, actually had a lot of inspiration from HBO Max's Justice League, the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. It almost seems like it's going to become a common trend now. If Disney's going to start doing this with Star Wars stuff, I think you're going to see more movie studios doing a lot of that on streaming services, without a doubt. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.